You know, where you are in life versus where you want to be in life is one decision away. We are always one decision away from where we want to be versus where we are. Where we are might be the highest version, but we can always be better. Where you want to be might seem a very far distance goal, but we are one decision away from getting there. There's these three aspects in which you can be able to look at change, which is inevitable. You need to get going, you need to get good, and you need to get smart. The 3Gs. I know right now we're at 5G, but we're going to list the 5 skills under which you can be able to change your life to the life that you will want to be. So you need to get going, being the first step. You need to understand where you are and where you want to be. Taking note of where we are helps us to have a vision and to have a goal of where we really need to be. Getting going is at the beginning of the journey. We can't start a journey if we have not started. As basic as it is. We need to put one foot in front of the other so that we can start on this journey. You can't move from point A to point B if you're still stuck at point A. You need to get going if you really need to change your lifestyle. If you really need to change your lifestyle in this rest part of the year, you have to get started. You have to put your life on the line. You have to do it. You can't keep on saying, oh, I want to have a new career, oh, I need to have a better relationship, oh, you will need every time. But are you putting in the work? Are you starting to developing mindsets towards it? Change is inevitable, and if we do not change, change is going to catch up with us and we are going to be forced to change. So how are you able to manage change? How are you even able to start and believe, having that mindset of change, that I'm actually developing and changing myself to the better version of myself? There's this quote which is beautiful, I imagine, that says, visualize your highest version of yourself and start living it. That's the beauty of change. You can be able to visualize the best version of yourself, and each and every day you live in accordance to that person. And where are we going to do it if we're not going to start living in accordance to that person that we want to change to? We are obviously changing to become better, to become fresher, to grow and develop others. Each and every moment we are changing. We have to get going. You can't stay where you are and expect that the mindset and the thoughts that I had are going to change me to the person that I want to be. You need to change that. You need to start moving. You need to get going. And as they say, if you can't run, you can jog. If you can't jog, you can walk. If you can't walk, you can crawl. And if you can't crawl, just roll yourself and allow gravity to take you. You can do it. You can start. You can get going. And in get going, you need to keep this journey alive. That's why we need to go to the next G, that is get good. You need to get good at what you're doing. If it's boxing, you need to develop your punches. If it is music production, you need to create that listening ear. If it is video production, you need to understand some of the tricks on how to be a best videographer or best DOP, a best camera person, a best editor. You need to understand either tools and skills and tricks that you need to grow your skill, that you need to grow you as a person to change. You need to get good. If you need to have a better relationship, you need to understand better communication modes or methods. Improving your emotional intelligence. This is you in the journey, getting good at it. You know, at the beginning of the journey, as you get going, you having this friction of your past person and your future person as you always don't want to move ahead. But even as you're creating this friction, you're actually getting good at it. For those of us who have been used to gym and working out each and every other moment, we are always told that there is no pain, no gain. You need to get good at it. Even as you're feeling the pain in your muscles, you're building the tension in your muscles, you're becoming a better person. As you're learning these new skills, as you're exposing yourself into challenging situations, you're growing as a person. You need to get good at it. You need to get good at your personal finance. You need to get good as a husband, as a parent, as a co-worker, as an employee, as an employer. You need to get good, understanding your business in a new dimension. Yes, we started as 2 employees, probably in our workspace, but even as we are growing to 5 and 10 and even thousands, you need to get good at managing people. That is human resource. You see, you're always developing each and every day. And in this journey, as you're getting good, you also need to get smart. You understand that yes, I can use Final Cut in editing this part, but I can use a different version of Final Cut to edit even better as a videographer or as an editor. I don't need to just shoot. I need to shoot with the thought of there's an edit process that is going to happen. You know, you're always getting smart at it. I don't need to spend 8,000 hours probably shooting. Maybe I just need to shoot for 2 hours and edit for the rest of the time. Because each and every other moment you're developing your skill, you're becoming smarter. As you get going, you get good and you get smart. And in the process of change, how are we able to achieve this? And I'll outline 5 key areas in which we need to take keen interest as we're approaching change in our lives. The first aspect or the first key element is creating self-awareness. Creating self-awareness is always understanding our environment, understanding where we are, understanding where and who we really are. If we created certain problems with the kind of mindsets that we have, we can only change those problems or create solutions by changing our mindsets. That is the power of self-awareness or creating the awareness of self. You're always understanding where you are. You understand where you want to be. You understand the skill set. You understand your value set. You understand your spiritual person. You understand where you really are. You understand the situation in which you want to change. Because there's no way you will want to change from something if you do not understand what that thing is. You can't change from A to B if you do not understand even what A is. That's the first key element. That is creating awareness. Are you creating moments in which you can take a self-audit? Awareness of yourself. As long as you can understand yourself, you can understand what is happening around you. That is the power of creating awareness. And that opens us to the next phase of the key element of change. That is knowing and understanding where or what we want to change to. As long as you have understood where you are, now you can create what you will want to be. There's this quote which says that the future, we cannot live in the future, but you can always create it. You can always create what you want now. You can always innovate. You can always elevate your thoughts, your mindsets, your way of doing life. You can always change things. And how are you going to change it? Is by creating it. And in this key element, that is creation or ideation element, is whereby you take note. Understand, this is where I want to be. This is where I am, and this is where I want to be. I will create a new way of life. I will create new patterns. I will create new routines. Maybe you want to change and lose some kilograms or some pounds. How are you going to achieve this? This is where you create the goals and create the systems as unto how you want to achieve. There's actually a difference between goals and systems. Goals is where you want to go, and system is what is going to take you there. So in step 2, it is creating that strategy. It is building on, this is the change that I will want to achieve. How am I going to achieve it? And in the next 2 steps is the how you are going to achieve it. It is the get good at it, whereby you build your skill and you take action. I'll combine the 2 because they're almost correlated. When you realize the desired change that you want, now you start building the skills and you start building the mindset and you start building the personality in which you want to be in. Maybe I want to be one of the greatest YouTubers ever to be. What kind of skills do I need to build on? What kind of actions do I really need to take? I need to build on my research skill. I need to build my storytelling skill or my communication skills, my interpersonal or interviewing skills. I need to build these skills, and I can't just build on them without taking action. Knowing the skill is one part of the journey, but taking action in the skill is another thing. As a photographer, you can't just say that I'm the best photographer, yet you can't take enough shots every day as you build up on your skill. As you build up on your skill, how many hours are you spending on the editor's tool? How many hours are you spending on the treadmill, building on that skill of taking on a marathon? How many hours are you taking reading on that accounting skill that you need to build on? And immediately you understand and you learn that skill, expose yourself in taking action. Maybe you've not received a job yet as a photographer. Volunteer yourself. I know there's that challenge of being paid by exposure. But yes, the jobs are not coming. But you can take up your phone, you can take up your camera and go in the wild, take photos, share with the world. You know, there are all these amazing opportunities that you do have. You need to learn the skill and take action. Learn and take action as you're progressing towards change. The final element is building a resource group, or building a resource, or even building a support system. You can always build a support system in 2 ways: the internal support system and the outward support system. The outward support system is whereby you have people to encourage you and to build you up. The mentors, the coaches, your peers, people in the same group where you're growing together. You need to build those 2 support systems as strong as they should be. The inner part needs to be as strong to withhold any kinds of pressure, because the process of change has always, and it will always be painful. But as long as you have built your inner person to be as strong as possible, you will take as much pain as it could be. And obviously, the support system around you will always be lifting you up anytime you're feeling as if you're down. So what do you really need to change in your life today? Remember, you're always one decision away from what you want to change to, or to the lifestyle that you will want. So what kind of change are you calling in your life today? Remember, it is get going, get good, get smart. And for the 5 elements, you can create awareness, create the change that you want, learn the skill, take action, and most importantly, build a support system. You can change to be the person that you want to, and you can develop and grow to be the person that you always wish for. So today, I call for change. I believe you can change. I believe you can be the person that you've always been wishing for. Get going, get smart, and get good. You can do this. Till next time, let's keep changing to the people that you will always want to be.